What do you mean I owe taxes?
No! It's a tax collector!
Those weren't taken out of my checks?
I paid my taxes over a year ago.
Oh my gosh, I don't have that money.
Hey there, SpongeBob!
What am I going to do?
Taxman's coming. I don't know when, but I got to be ready.
I hear this scenario all the time from new real estate agents who don't know about taxes.
I would like you to crunch those numbers again.
And I get it. Look, when I was a new real estate agent, I had a hard time paying my taxes as well. So today we are going to talk about taxes.
Better get going on those taxes, Nettie.
I'm the Modern Agent Jeff Ruby, and I help real estate agents launch, build, and scale profitable businesses. And today we're going to talk about profitability and making sure that you as a new real estate agent understand how important it is to understand the tax advantages as well as the tax implications in having your own business. You see, we all came from jobs. And now having independent contractor agreements with our brokerages and being self-employed brings a whole new set of challenges to us as business people.
I am so ready.
So in today's episode, I sat down with one of the best tax accountants and CPAs that I know, Zach Roth, and we talked about the four main things that all real estate agents need to know when it comes to doing your taxes. Let's jump right in.
The first one would be to have an LLC. Having an LLC is really important. One, it provides some level of asset protection. Separating your business activities from yourself makes a lot of sense. The second part of that is it gives you flexibility. If you have an LLC and let's say that you're a single person and you get married and your wife wants in on the business, you have the ability to give her part of your business as a married couple, and she can now share in the LLC with you. If you're a sole proprietor, you don't have that option. You can only be one person that way, right?
You don't mind sharing with me, do you?
Shut up.
Another option for an LLC is it gives you the ability to elect S corporation status.
Could it be any bigger?
The reason to be an S corp is that you can start to avoid and mitigate some of your self-employment tax. So self-employment tax is that extra tax and no one wants to pay it, right? There are other pieces involved. You must pay yourself payroll. Having the LLC set up is an integral part of doing that. So you can have an LLC, and let's say that you're new in the business, you're not making a ton of money, it may not make sense, but when it catches, and you're going to have a big year at some point. If you had that LLC set up, then we would have the ability to go back and be an S corp as of the first of the year and help you avoid those taxes. And that's a strategy I've used for a lot of realtors, but only the ones that already had the LLC set up in the first place.
Wow.
That is great stuff, and that is so super important. And then what it is, it's being proactive and
Yep.
and being a business owner, having the mindset of a business owner and taking the right actions and steps that a business owner needs to do in order to establish that.
Strictly business.
So for those who are like wondering, well, where do I even get started? Is this something that you do, or would you recommend that they go see an attorney or someone that can help them actually set up their LLC?
As far as the actual formation of an LLC, I can help do that. But let me tell you that there's another piece to it called an operating agreement. And an operating agreement for an LLC is a legal document that establishes the playing rules for anyone involved in that LLC. So for you as the owner, it would establish who owns it, how it's operating, who gets it if something bad were to happen to you or you pass away, who's responsible for everything. You need to be proactive in thinking about the things 10 years down the road, 5 years down the road, or the unexpecteds. And having a good operating agreement in place for your business is going to take care of you and your family. So having a good operating agreement is really important, and that would come from a lawyer.
I need that more than anything right now, and I want it. I want it more than anything right now.
Yeah. And again, super important in being proactive, treating it like a business.
Yep.
And simply having that there. We're obviously talking about taxes, but think of all the additional benefits, the layers of protection. The flexibility that Zach mentioned and being able to bring on a partner to hire employees, and create payroll, which I know we'll get into probably in a bit, specific to, not paying self-employment tax. So that was one, is creating an LLC. What would be a second one?
Yeah, retirement. Retirement is really, really important because in a high value type of business like realtors are, cash comes and goes quickly. Think about the future a little bit, and more specifically, think about how hard it is to do what you do. It's tough to go out there and make it on a daily basis. Now you can do it, and once you're established, it's not so bad. But I think everybody's goal in the end is to not have to work for a living until they're old and gray. And so establishing some sort of retirement through your business is a really good idea because it's both a tax deduction and it's that proactive setting yourself up and your family for the future. So there's a lot of different options for retirement there. There's something called a solo 401k if you are, yourself within your business. There are SEP IRAs. There's a lot of options, but getting something established to both save money on taxes now, set yourself up in the future is really important.
Money! We need money!
Super important. And, for those real estate agents out there that are listening and watching, when's the last time you went to a Realtor retirement party?
If there was a party, then I'd know nothing about it.
Like I know it's funny and we joke about it, but if you really think about it, they just don't happen, because the joke of that is realtors don't retire, they expire. And it just pains me to see, people that have been in this business 40, 50 years and still selling houses and still showing up at closings with stacks of papers and sticky notes and all of these things that need to get signed, and most of us are rolling up with a phone. Setting yourselves up with this stuff now is like ultimately super, super, super important.
How old do you think I am?
So retirement, I know it's hard to think about, but let me tell you, once you get to 50 plus like myself, it becomes more and more important, especially if you have a family and kids. If I could have gone back, now I did establish an LLC early on, and Zach and I have talked about this, but I didn't do it in necessarily the best or the right way. And I've moved things around and we've gotten things straightened out, but being proactive is like super, super.
I'm too old for this shit.
What's another one, Zach?
Realtors should own rental properties. Rental properties are a really, really, really integral part of being a realtor, in my opinion. And the reason is that there is a special tax code that is dedicated to real estate professionals.
Car wash. We need to make our rent.
The ordinary public cannot take advantage of the things that realtors and real estate professionals can take advantage of. And the technical definition of a real estate professional is anyone that works in a real trader business for 720 hours or more and more than any other activity. So if you're a part-time bartender and a part-time realtor, that may not work for you. But if you have jumped in with both feet or you're a seasoned agent, then you get a special tax code that everyone else doesn't get to play by. And that includes myself, right?
That's a special feeling, Lloyd. Yeah.
The tax code is that most rental properties are considered a passive investment, okay? There's two sets of types of income. There's passive and there's non-passive. And why that's important is because losses from passive income sources cannot offset non-passive income. And to make that really basic, it means that non-real estate professionals cannot use their real estate losses against their income.
Taxes! Beautiful, lovely taxes!
My cash flow positive properties that pay me every month show a loss on paper because of depreciation and mortgage interest. And so for me, I cannot take advantage of those losses. They do nothing for my CPA income. I keep track of them, and at some point I might be able to use them when I sell the property. Same rules do not apply for you guys. If you have a rental property that shows a loss on paper, that loss, if you're actively involved in the rental property, will offset your realtor income dollar for dollar. It's a hack. It's the biggest tax hack I can think of.
Hacker man.
It's that you get tax-free cash And the paper losses are offsetting your other income. So you're getting two benefits in one: tax-free cash, and then you're paying less in taxes and recognizing less income. Another thing that makes so much sense for realtors is that you're in it every day. You see these homes, you know what they're going for, you know when you have a deal, you know when you have a crap neighborhood or a good neighborhood. So your deck is stacked. You know where to go, where to look, what you could sell easily, what you can't.
Nobody's smart but me.
It's so important that you set yourselves up for the future. Rental properties have several benefits. We just talked about most of them.
Wow. You know what this is?
Mic
Drop.
Is that
That's
a mic drop?
Mic drop moment right there. Anytime I hear hack, I hear like that is solid gold right there, you guys. Like, and we're in the market. We should be in the market. And it's funny because it reminds me of when I first got started, and it was like I work with buyers, sellers, and investors. And I'd always get excited when an investor came along because I was like, this is somebody that's going to buy tons of properties. I think in my 18 years as a real estate agent and over 500 sales, that maybe happened once. Because think about it. We should not be working, well, to each his or her their own. I choose not to work with investors. I chose this a long time ago because if there's a deal out there, I want it. I want it all. I don't want to get 3% on this and then somebody else get wealthy and have a retirement off of my efforts. Why wouldn't I just do it myself? I'm already in the business. And I want it now. Okay, let's keep it rolling, man. These are all really great nuggets.
Yeah, look at your vehicles and how you're doing that. Oftentimes, realtors, especially early on, will bring a vehicle into their business, and there's nothing wrong with that. And the most appropriate way to handle those expenses would be through mileage. You're deducting mileage directly on your tax return. Very common. But keep in mind that there's a tool out there called bonus depreciation. What bonus depreciation is the act of writing off something in the first year that would have benefit over an extended period of time. So let's use a vehicle for example. You're going to own a vehicle for 3 to 5 years in general, right? And so most times you would write that vehicle off over a 3 to 5 year period, but there's a special tool here called bonus depreciation, and that allows you to write off that asset in the first year that you buy it. I think a lot of people have heard the term 6,000 pounds or higher for a vehicle. There's a special tax code for vehicles that weigh over 6,000 pounds, which would be a lot of your full-size SUVs, pickup trucks. I know some BMWs, Mercedes. There's a lot of people that make a gross vehicle weight over 6,000 pounds. If you buy one of those, you're able to write off the entire cost of the vehicle the year that you buy it. And so if you find yourself in a very, very high growth year where your expenses didn't match your income and you're looking at a big tax bill, you can buy a vehicle on 12/31 entirely on credit and write the entire cost off in that year.
I swear to God, I'm smart.
If you want to think about it this way, the average person that goes out and buys a car is paying 100% of the cost of that car. So a W-2 employee that wants to go out and buy a $60,000 pickup truck is paying $60,000 for that vehicle, correct? Now, if you're a business owner and let's say that you are in the 30% tax bracket, well, that vehicle doesn't cost $60,000 any longer. You're paying 30% less than everybody else because every dollar that you're spending through your business, you're not paying taxes on.
Pretty smart, dude.
Makes total sense. Is the realtor buying it through the LLC or are they buying it through themselves individually, or does it matter?
LLC. Yep, they're buying through the LLC.
That's another nugget. That's huge. I didn't know that. I should have bought a car.
And then the last piece is be aware of how you're getting your health insurance. You are able to pay for your health insurance through your business, and your business writes off the cost of the health insurance, and then you write it off again on your personal taxes. So a lot of people sort of forget that piece, but if you're an S corporation, pay for your own health insurance, write it off through your business. It's a good deduction.
So there are 5 very, very important things to know, to implement, to be very understanding and cognizant of when it comes to doing your taxes as a new real estate agent.
Oh my God. Thank you.
We talked about the importance of an LLC and being able to establish yourself as a business. We also talked about retirement and rental properties. Those are the things that can allow us as real estate agents to take advantage of some of the perks of being a realtor, of being a real estate agent.
I am special. That's why I took all those special classes in high school.
And then, of course, we talked about vehicle tax advantages and health insurance. If you'd like to watch the full version where we talked even in more depth about things that real estate agents can do, you can go ahead and click the link above. There's a link also down in the description for the full 60-minute live interview that we did. And it was so good. We had so many nuggets of great information. So once again, thank you for watching another video. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe link below. And if you like this video, you found value in it, give it a like. And don't forget to hit the button right next to it and ring the bell so you're notified each time we release a new video every week. And lastly, put your questions and comments down below as I do reply to all of them. And until next time, see ya!